Hi, my name's 3D, and I'm here to talk about LSD and how it's affected my life. No, but seriously, guys, today we're going to talk about LSD as in limited slip differential. I was able to pick one up for a pretty good deal, and I couldn't pass up on it. And really excited about that. So this is the kickoff to the first part in the series for the LSD. So if you can see it, it's right here. And I'm going to be working on verifying that it is an LSD. I'm going to make sure the final drive is correct. It's 4.11. I have to verify that, and I can do that on the ring gear. As long as it's, 37 out of 9, that should be right. Might have to double check that, but it'll be on the ring gear inside. So yeah, it was a process, man, to find this thing, just because I'm a noob. I've never tried to look for one. I don't know too much about them, but I do have some friends that were able to help me out. And as you should always do your research, go on Google, watch plenty of videos to make sure I was kind of buying the right thing. And actually, I ended up buying one that was not a limited slip, but luckily I paid for it on credit card, and I called the guy back from eBay, and I was able to cancel the order. So luckily, the money just came right back to my card, and I was able to pick up the other one within maybe like 2 days later. So I really lucked out. But yeah, man, I'm super excited to get LSD into my car. But if it doesn't work out, I can always take it back out if I don't like it, or if it's too cumbersome during winter driving. That's another thing. There are kind of like some downsides to not having an open diff. Open diff comes with the car, standard or from the factory. So if this is kind of something you're considering, I will put the warning out there. Make sure you know what you're doing, or make sure you research enough to figure out if this is for you, because it's a different driving experience for sure. I can only imagine right now, but I don't know. I mean, I do have to give credit to some of the guys on NASIOC that started a thread on this. Without that, I wouldn't have even had all the information that I do. So props to those guys. I don't remember them right offhand, but thanks for bringing this to the community's attention. And yeah, so it should be fun. But I do need to verify, like I said. And then more things I want to look out for are metal shavings in the casing of the LSD. Right here, if I find it. But yeah, and then I want to make sure the bearings are smooth, so I don't have to replace those, because depending on the condition of your LSD, these things do add up. And I paid just over $200 for this, which is not too bad in my opinion for the results I think I'll get. So yeah, it should be a good time. But anyway, so scattered all over the place, I guess. But hey, we're dealing with LSD, so it's to be expected. Anyway, but I need to just confirm that the bearings are good, the prop shaft is good. Make sure the ring gear doesn't look too beat up, or it's functioning properly. So yeah. Okay, so I've removed all the bolts from the differential. They were fairly rusted and corroded. Right here, if you can tell. I did spray them with some liquid wrench and ended up breaking one of them. So I'll have to try and get those threads out of the actual housing after we get this cover off. I'm just going to go ahead and knock it loose See if we can break it up a little bit and then get the cover off. I don't know if there's any fluid in here or not. We'll just have to wait and see. I can see the seal moving around in here. Yeah, that will have to be replaced after this. Again, I do have this bolt that's been worked off, so that's kind of what's holding this on right now. Hopefully you can just wiggle it around it. Oh yeah, nice and stinky. A little bit of diff fluid coming, I think. If I can turn this and get a better angle on it. There's the diff fluid. Alright, here's the gasket. You can see that. Definitely need a new gasket for sure. Here's the bolt that got stuck in there, the threads ripped out. So I'll have to get all new bolts for this thing. Not a big deal, I kind of expected that. There's the culprit right there. Pain in the butt. The code on the top right here, or the bottom, is JP, so I was also to confirm online with that code that it is a viscous differential. Gears look pretty good as far as the wear. Looks like most of the stuff's in the middle, and I'm not seeing a lot of metal shavings or anything. Everything spins really well, so I'm happy about that. But I am going to end up cleaning it out with some brake cleaner I got, and spray this in. This is the non-chlorinated, so not supposed to leave any residue behind, and it's pretty much like acetone from what I hear. Alright, so here's the confirmation of the final drive. It's 37 divided by 9, or out of 9, so that's equivalent to 4.11, and that's what we have on the final drive for the 15 and plus WRXs, man. So yeah, this bad boy's gonna work. Sweet! Cannot wait. I'm gonna work on trying to get these fill and drain plugs out. They're in there pretty good. I've let them soak in liquid wrench, and I'm just gonna clean the diff off with the brake cleaner. Alright, fill plug out. Now for the drain plug. Power air tools make this way easier. And lastly, I'm going to work on getting this double-ended bolt out. I've ordered all new ones, so I've ordered 2 of these double-ended bolts, some new plugs, and then the 8 bolts that go around and tighten into the housing. Last part to remove this.